Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports. It's Saturday night basketball. It's the Detroit Pistons going up against Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks. And that's it for us in the studio. To call all the action, let's go out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I'll see you again at halftime.
My rain is as far as your eyes.
It's the Mavericks in Dallas, Texas for a little interconference action here at the American Airlines Center. I'm Kevin Harlan. We've got an action-packed Saturday night of NBA action for you. Thanks for joining us. Here with me tonight, Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. The starting five. This is our lineup brought to you by State Farm. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Dirk Nowitzki?
Well, you know Dirk can be an offensive juggernaut pretty much every night, but I don't think he gets enough credit for his defensive presence. He actually moves pretty well for a 7-footer, a decent shot blocker, but covers a lot of ground with his mobility as a big man.
And those things are just part of what makes him special late in games. Not only do you have a guy who has the ability to carry the team on offense, but with Dirk, he can create some extra possessions by clogging up the paint on defense, too.
We take a look at the Pistons. They're faced now with what is probably the easiest part of their schedule. They've got a lot of home games on the docket, but they can't take anything, guys, for granted.
Well, you know, I think for Detroit, they've pushed all the right buttons so far. I mean, it looks like they're in for a much better year than the one they had last year.
Well, they've gotten off on the right foot, and that's the main thing. And sometimes in the NBA, it's all about that start that you have. You can build momentum early, and then if you create enough cushion for yourself in the standings, you can deal with that adversity that's inevitably going to come.
You know, when Dallas had their title run in 2011, they just beat up on teams from the Eastern Conference in the regular season. It wasn't quite the same last year.
Here's Knight, trains the three-pointer. Knight's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
He's going to take that shot every time if he has that much room to get it off.
They get a hand on it. And oh, here we go, DeRozan. Oh,
hammer time. Wow. Hammer time. Man, oh man, finishing with flavor.
Yeah, he put something extra on that one, you're right.
And the bench going wild, guys. They love it. What an amazing dunk.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play.
And Rick Carlisle, head coach of the Mavericks, actually coached previously in Detroit and Indiana. And, you know, he won the Coach of the Year in his very first season as a head coach, 2002 with Detroit.
Throws it up high. It's good on the putback. Harden's got his first points in this one. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
And the story of the game, Kevin, was the outside shooting. They really lit it up from three-point range.
Well, they were giving far too many open looks from out there, Steve. I mean, they were shooting warm-up jumpers. That's what happens when you play a team that's weak on the perimeter defensively.
Count the bucket. Collison with the basket. Collison's got his first points of the night. And going back to Rick Carlisle's time in Detroit, he'd gotten them as far as the conference finals in his second season, but was shown the door just prior to their championship year in 2004.
Yeah, the Pistons won the title the next year, so a move that obviously was justified, but a strange move nonetheless. Rick Carlisle had plenty of success, but that's the NBA. Coaches get blamed for everything, and to Carlisle's credit, he just moved on, kept working, and has had tremendous success ever since.
And it's Carter missing.
Once he had to change the shot because of the hand in his face, you knew he wasn't going to make it.
Boy, fast start here. Their offense has been very impressive.
Yeah, they're making their own luck, Clark, really playing with a purpose offensively.
Now here's Collison. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Harden against Carter. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
And hard work on the boards, guys, leading to that putback.
Harden against Carter. On the top of the key. Again, the Pistons good for 2. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to the Grizzlies.
And Kevin, when you don't take advantage of your trips to the free throw line, which they definitely did not, it's tough to recover from.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, they left a lot of cheese and lettuce at that foul line, partner.
Not to mention some ham and turkey, Clark.
The kick out to Collison. Back to Carter. Takes the three. That's good. Carter's got 7 points in the game.
Hasn't had a whole lot of misses here in the quarter. Very sharp shooting right now. It's fun to watch. Well, Darren Collison, the speed merchant out of UCLA, a scoring point guard, the son of 2 track stars. Boy, he's got quickness. He can't run away from that DNA.
Give him a round of applause, fans.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. A look at Chicago. And, of course, the Detroit Pistons, a game behind.
Well, you know, I think for Detroit, they've pushed all the right buttons so far. I mean, it looks like they're in for a much better year than the one they had last year.
Well, they've gotten off on the right foot, and that's the main thing. And sometimes in the NBA, it's all about that start that you have. You can build momentum early, and then if you create enough cushion for yourself in the standings, you can deal with that adversity that's inevitably going to come.
On going back to Darren Collison, Clark, not just a speedster, he's a steady outside shooter, too. That makes him tough to handle.
Yeah, and I think, guys, the key for him is the development as a playmaker. You know, we know he can score. He's a scrappy defender, but that's where Collison can continue to grow.
And here is Marion. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Outside Collison. Pass to Marion. Shot clock at 5. Jacks up a 3. That doesn't go either for Collison. Pistons leading by 6. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Rick Carlisle. Doris?
He told me he's a big fan of 6-man winner James Harden, saying he's really one of those right brain type of players. He just sees the game a little bit differently. It's tough to game plan for him because he can hurt you so many ways. But when he's leading that second unit, you can bet he'll be our primary focus. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here's Collison. Following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Collison dishes to Carter. Back to Collison. 6 to shoot. Carter outside. Oh, that's blocked. But he recovers it. And it's Carter again missing. Detroit's gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter. Doing well from long range. Knight kicks to Ibaka. Dixon with the ball. And Kamen picks him up defensively. And there's the foul. And Darren Collison picks it up. That is his first foul of the game. O.J. Mayo is checked in for Dallas. And J.J. Hickson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Mavericks trailed by 8.
You know, last year the Pistons were a team that really lacked a go-to scorer. Just never really knew where their offense was going to come from game to game. And I think that had an effect on how they finished in the standings, no doubt.
I agree. And it's DeRozan missing. Dallas is gone, just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Kicks it to Mayo. Fires for 3. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Mayo's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. And one place that not having a reliable scorer hurt them was against the West. They couldn't match the offense of a lot of the teams they faced.
Yeah, that's why they went 5 and 13 in games against Western Conference teams last year. But they need talent. They need more scoring offensively. So difficult to beat really talented teams just relying on your defense. They've got to get more firepower.
And, you know, looking at J.J. Hickson, he spent 1 year at North Carolina State, and you can really see how much muscle he's put on his frame since he came into the NBA. And he's really filled out nicely, and he's got a pretty powerful body for a big guy.
Marion kicks to Carter. Nowitzki, the pass to Carter. Marion. Dallas moving it around. Here's Kamen, and he finishes on the layup. Kamen's got his second basket.
Well-executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
And Hickson is a good rebounder, still learning how to maximize his talents, but he's a big, strong, athletic foreman. Got a lot of potential. Kevin, he's one of the best finishers we've got in this league. I mean, he rarely misses an opportunity to score inside when he has position.
Very true, Steve. I mean, he's also one of those guys who doesn't take long at all to get on a roll offensively. He's a fun player to watch when he gets hot.
Just 5 to shoot. Kamen. Hickson grabs the board. Pistons leading by 6. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Harden, and he lays it straight in. Harden's got 11 points.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Carter outside. Marion. Back to Carter. Outside Collison. The feed to Kamen. Outside Collison. Over Crawford. And no good trying to get that one. Oh, we've seen some great shots.
Next Thursday night, Carmelo Anthony and the new...
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. Established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Brandon Knight is out there at the roast. Then it's Mike Miller. Then there's Tristan Thompson. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. Knight dishes to Miller. Shoots the 3. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Miller's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Pistons.
And you know one thing about Lawrence Frank, he's going to be prepared. He was actually a basketball manager at Indiana, so he learned under the best.
Marion outside. Collison, he's guarded by Knight. They get it back. Kamen's shot is good. Kamen's got 6 points. Pistons leading by 9. Here's Knight. Here's Thompson, and he drops it in following the offensive rebound.
He will fight you down low, guys. Really battles in there. He comes up with a lot of second chance buckets.
Dallas calls timeout. And Coach Frank, defensive-minded, he spent time as a top assistant in Boston under Doc Rivers and was highly thought of there.
Yeah, certainly was exposed to that terrific defensive system that Tom Thibodeau actually originally instituted in Boston. But Frank picked up on it and continued the trend, and then brought that same style to Detroit, where the Pistons did improve defensively last season.
Nowitzki kicks to Kamen. Outside Mayo. A second chance effort, and the shot is good. Mayo's got 5.
Beautiful finesse move right there. I mean, you've got to love that finger roll finish.
Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Let's take a peek at the league's assist leaders. Third is Darren Collison.
Kevin, anybody who can move the ball like this guy does is a valuable asset to a team. He actually might be more dangerous passing than shooting.
Collison off the pick from Nowitzki. Collison, the pass to Nowitzki. Shoots a fader. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Pistons leading by 9.
Well, the staple for Lawrence Frank has been the defensive philosophy that he's held over the years. And, of course, he was Doc Rivers' main assistant in Boston 2 seasons ago. And he brought that Celtic-style defense with him to Detroit, forcing everything baseline into help.
He feeds it to Mayo. That's good. Mayo's got 4 points in the quarter. The Pistons have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Thinking about that, Steve, I remember a Frank quote from last year where he called Detroit a no-middle, no-paint team. Clark, certainly coincides with what Steve just said, and what I'm sure you want to talk about.
Well, I think it goes with the whole mentality of the franchise, Steve. For so long, they've been the pinnacle of team defense, and it's nice to see them looking to get back to that under Frank.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Guys, Chris Kaman coming to Dallas this offseason in free agency. And interesting to see him playing alongside Dirk Nowitzki in the front court. They have some experience playing together on the German national team. Though Kaman was born in the United States, his great-grandparents were German, and he acquired dual citizenship in 2008. A 1-year contract for Kaman leaves the Mavs with some flexibility, and he can certainly help them inside, guys.
And at 7 feet tall, he's got the size to do it. Thanks, Doris. DeRozan's shot is good. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Outside Mayo. Feeds to Marion. Rebound by the Pistons. Lopez has got his 3rd rebound tonight. And
Wow, what a play. Great finish there, Kevin. Took it strong to the cup.
yeah, an aggressive 2-handed jam.
And that's the kind you like, especially in traffic. You got to make sure.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Sprite. Outside Mayo. He dishes it to Kaman. Thompson with the rebound.
Well, for Chris Kaman, last season was a transition year for him. Traded from the Clippers to New Orleans, and then he was put on the trade block by the Hornets. I'm sure he's glad to leave that uncertainty behind with a more settled situation here.
Here's Mayo. Gets the bucket. Mayo's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's been hot for most of this game, and if he keeps it up, his team could turn things around.
Knight kicks to DeRozan. The 3. The shot no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. And for Kaman, an unrestricted free agent coming into this season.
And that can be an exciting time or a pressure-packed time for a player, depending on how he handles that. A chance to go to a team that really wants and needs your talent, identifies you as somebody that could fit in with their group. It shows you just how valued and respected you are around the league when it works out ideally.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Lopez. Baca comes in for Mike Miller. And it's Harden in for DeMar DeRozan.
Another board for them, and they've got a huge advantage in that regard.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. I mean, rebounding one of the true barometers in winning basketball games, and if you rebound better, you typically are going to win ball games and do it comfortably.
You know, one thing that hasn't changed about Sean Marion as he's gotten older is he can still cover any player on the floor. So much versatility because of his speed, his length, his athleticism, and he just understands angles too and can guard inside or out.
Yeah, he has a definite spring in his step on defense that makes him tough to score on. I mean, even if you aren't being guarded by him, you're in danger because he's been known to track back on a turnover and deny would-be layup attempts.
Collison kicks to Kaman. Hickson grabs the board. Pistons leading by 9. Ibaka with the ball. Sean Marion covering. Here's Knight. Buries the long-range jumper. Knight. Knight's got 7 points for the quarter.
Boy, this is a shooting exhibition, guys. I mean, he's not wasting any of his chances.
Collison kicks to Nowitzki. Ibaka on him. Offensive rebound. Kaman. Good D by Harden.
Well, I tell you what, guys, his struggles from the field have definitely taken their toll on the team today.
Thompson dishes to Hickson. There's the triple. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Hickson. 14 points for James Harden.
Big mistake not having more defensive pressure on him out there.
Collison kicks to Carter. Marion. The 8-footer. Good on the jump shot. Marion's got his second basket of the night.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside. Sweet finish there, showing you some major strength and the ability to sky.
I rode that elevator right to the top floor.
Explosive hops. I'll tell you what, he can really catch you off guard.
Gets it to go. Marion's got 8 points. Now the dish to Harden. It's rebounded by Dallas. Carter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Collison, the pass to Marion. The layup missed. Pistons leading by 13. Here's Harden on the wing. Lets it go from deep. Another miss by Harden. Mavericks shooting in the second quarter around 42%. Carter, he's covered by Thompson. And it's Carter missing.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
Hickson with the bucket.
Looked like they found the soft spot in the defense there.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Knight against Collison. Came in a screen. Collison kicks to Nowitzki. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Harden right side. Back to Hickson. He gets it up. And he beat the buzzer. But it's no good.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Glad you're with us for the night. It'll be the 76ers.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. An exceptional performance from Brandon Knight.
The way he's moved through the defense so far through 2 quarters, it's like everybody but him is in slow motion.
Well, he's just that quick going to the basket, Steve. I mean, the help defense just isn't getting there in time, and he's been able to finish.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Carter and Marion fill out the wings. Dirk and Kaman, they're inside. And it's Collison at the 1 spot.
They have a nice lead here and have really controlled the glass for the majority of the game. Kudos to them for their strong effort on the backboards.
Yeah, and they're sending a message too, Clark. They're really coming out and playing a very physical game here. Yeah, he's surprised he didn't make that one because he had a pretty clean look at the hoop.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, last season, for the first time in 6 years, the Detroit Pistons were in the top half of teams in fast break points. A change in philosophy. Point guard Brandon Knight said, as much as we can, we want to push it. But even that starts with defense. You can't get into transition when you're taking the ball out of the net the entire game. And guys, that's where the Pistons are looking to improve. A bottom 5 or 6 defensive team over the last 3 seasons. If they can get stops, they'll be even more effective getting out in transition.
They've got the young legs to play up tempo, Doors. It's all about making that commitment. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. And that one's good. Collison's got his second basket of the game. Pistons leading by 11.
Well, one thing you can always count on with Dallas is that they're going to be tough to beat at home. That crowd is, they fill up the arena every single night. They love their team, and of course, coming off the championship year of 2011, you know they'll be streaming through the turnstiles for many years to come in Dallas. Good start for this offense. They're shooting 3 of 4 now from the field, so offense in a good groove.
Harden dishes to DeRozan. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That's his first foul.
Personal foul.
Mavericks trail by 12. Here's Collison. Gets it to go. Collison's got 4 points this quarter. Dallas really does love their Mavs, and this place can get absolutely crazy when the Mavs, Clark, are playing well.
And, Kevin, that has happened quite a lot recently. I mean, they won the title the year before last, and the Mavericks always seem to have a good home record, and last year no different. I mean, 23-10 in their home games last season.
Crawford passes to DeRozan. The shot misses.
So hard not to go for it when you see that chance at the alley-oop.
Bet he wishes he hadn't, though.
Carter kicks to Collison. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And Nowitzki backs in. And it's Dallas with another.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Robin Lopez.
Darren Collison out of UCLA. Very, very fast point guard. Likes to score. Loves to get into the paint and shoot little mid-range shots or get all the way to the rim. A good playmaker, not a great one, but with his quickness, you know he can create opportunities for his teammates.
Rosen dishes to Harden. From the arc. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Nowitzki's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Marion passes to Carter. Goes up. Marion kicks to Kaman. Wide open shot is on the money. Kaman's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, none of the defenders were quick enough to step out and get a hand in his face on that jump shot. Big mistake there.
And you look at Collison, he's a deceptive shooter. He's got deep range. I mean, he shoots a lot more deep 2s than he does 3s, but he shoots them well, both of them. I think he might benefit if he took a few more 3s and force defenders to come out on him because he's got excellent speed off the dribble.
And DeRozan with the basket on the assist from Ibaka. DeRozan's got 10 points.
Well, the thing... that comes to mind to me is how effective he is around the rim. And he can finish with either hand and finish strong.
And don't forget now, a walking highlight reel every time he steps on the court. His flair for the dramatic makes him worth the price of admission all by himself. Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
Collison kicks to Nowitzki. The shot's good. Collison making the play. 12 points for Nowitzki.
Again, they attack the hoop from the lane, and it's been really good to them.
Yeah, they're getting whatever they want down there. That's 4 of their last 5 buckets coming in the paint area.
O.J. Mayo is checked in for Sean Marion.
Oh, how about that basketball, man? Beautiful. Wow. And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. 1 is too many.
Oh, yeah. No, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play. And that is good. 9 points for Vince Carter. Pistons leading by 9. Here's Knight. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, sometimes, guys, with new ownership, drastic changes are made. But the Pistons pretty much held firm last year, although they did add Lawrence Frank as their head coach, who did a nice job. But I think Detroit is really looking to keep this core group of young players together and see if they can develop.
Elton Brand's checked in for Dallas. Bobois comes in for Darren Collison. Carter drives in. Back to Kaman. Up with it. And the powerful one-handed slam.
defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
Well, solid numbers for this club from the free throw line this season, shooting about 77%.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Mavericks making a switch here. Collison's out there. Pistons leading by 7. Back to Detroit. It always seems to be their MO throughout the various sports. Get a solid core and grow out from there.
Yeah, it's called organic growth. You know, the Pistons really haven't made a big splash in free agency, at least in the NBA. The Pistons have always gathered their talent through the draft, and that's worked for them.
Miller, no luck. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
Steve, I know you love great teamwork.
Yeah, so much fun to watch when the ball is moving. There's kind of a rhythm to the game that just happens. The ball moves almost on its own, Kevin. It's fun to watch.
Collison with it, and it's Miller picking him up. And here's Mayo from beyond the arc. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got his 8th assist here tonight. Dishes it to DeRozan. They get it again. Hickson kicks to Miller. Over Mayo. Here's Hickson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, that didn't go down, but those are exactly the plays coaches like to see.
You know, guys, one of the reasons Dallas did not re-sign Tyson Chandler last year was they wanted to preserve some cap space. And they had Dwight Howard in mind, but Dallas has had to use their cap space elsewhere. But, you know, the key was just developing enough flexibility to give them a lot of different options. And I think that's always a factor for any NBA team.
Here's Knight. Buries it from three-point range. Knight's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, he's been so dependable here this game, really playing well offensively.
Dallas, to me, Steve, always seems a team very mindful of upcoming free agents and cap space restrictions. One of the reasons why they made the moves last year. Even if, Clark, they don't get a big name, they always seem to be in the mix some way.
Well, they're always hovering around, and I think it points to the savvy of the front office there, Kevin. I mean, and that's really what allows teams to be competitive over long periods of time. It's not just about the players you have and their talent, but it's how you acquire players and piece together your team.
They're very forward-thinking, aren't they?
Yeah.
Carter dishes to Marion. To the middle. James, the pass to Nowitzki. Rebound, Detroit.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach your Maverick.
NBA action.
Welcome back. It's time for the fourth quarter and time to check in with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke, to find out who had the Sprite uncontainable game. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. The uncontainable game in this one goes to the Pistons. You can see the fire that they are playing with, everyone from the starters to the bench. You have to think that they'll hold on to this lead and close out the game.
Thank you, Doris. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth, we've got Harden. Robin Lopez out there with Ryan Anderson. Then it's Mike Miller, and it's Crawford at the 1. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And Beaubois kicks to Mayo. And now the Pistons, fast break. Crawford leading the charge. Puts up a three. That's good. And the Pistons lead by 14.
Another open look from outside. The defense is really struggling to close out on the shooters.
Yep, making them pay, doing it from long range.
Carter against Miller. Carter left side. Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good.
Well, you just see them taking it strong into the paint over and over again.
Yeah, that really seems to be the strategy, partner. I mean, pound it inside. We see more and more point guards with that kind of impressive dunking ability, don't we?
Absolutely. We're seeing more and more of that kind of explosiveness. In fact, the point guard now has never been as prominent and as important, I think, in the game than it is right now.
I agree.
Some of that is the rule changes, guys. No hand checks. The floor is more spread. But, yeah, this new breed of athletic point guards, so exciting.
Beaubois with the ball. And Crawford picks him up defensively. Crawford against Beaubois. And here's Mayo for three. Another three for Dallas.
No, he didn't have too much space to get that shot off, but for him, he had enough.
He kicks to right. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Let's see what the Dallas Mavericks have coming up. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game, as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That's game one of a 3-game road trip. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Chris Kamen's checked in for Brand. Nowitzki comes in for Brandon Wright. Sean Marion is checked in for O.J. Mayo. And it's Collison in for Roddy Beaubois. Collison kicks to Marion. And Nowitzki backs in. Bunny shot. The rebound by Anderson.
Boy, excellent job that time staying on him. Airtight saran wrap defense there. You know, it's really the kind of game you expect from him, guys. I mean, extremely efficient, taking a lot of good shots.
Collison kicks to Carter. The pass to Marion. Back to Carter. Lets it go with a three. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 4 rebounds in this game. Miller outside. And another three for Detroit.
This has been an offensive explosion, guys. They are on fire.
How about a volcanic eruption, a flash fire? And defensively, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. They just hope that they cool off at some point.
And Nowitzki backs in. The shot's good. Collison making the play. And that's 15 points for Nowitzki.
Another nice move from a player we've basically come to expect nothing less from.
The three from Harden. That drops. And the Pistons lead by 19.
Second three-pointer of the half, 4th overall. So he's having a nice game from outside.
Looking to get back on track here. Collison. And the basket good.
You know, his game is all about speed, Kevin. You saw there how fast he can shake loose for an easy basket.
So for the Pistons, J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Lopez. Baca comes in for Ryan Anderson. And it's DeRozan in for Mike Miller. DeRozan's shot is good.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
They got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like they'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
Here's Nowitzki. Can't get it to go. The Pistons go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Collison against DeRozan. The 10-footer. Jump shot is good. Collison's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, he's getting it warmed up now after that cold first half.
Here's Crawford. And Hickson throws it down. Mavericks trail by 18. Collison with it. Marion outside. Came in a screen on Crawford. Collison with it. And Crawford picks him up defensively. The drive by Nowitzki. Slams it on the run.
2 hands for safety, 1 hand if you want major elevation.
That's right. That's right.
You know you can get up higher with 1 hand. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
It really is true. I mean, you can extend better with 1.
Well, whatever he did,
that's real.
Whatever it was, it definitely worked, Clark.
The Mavericks have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Nowitzki sets a screen for Collison. Passes it to Kamen. Back to Collison. Over Crawford. Collison dishes to Kamen. That's tipped. It's stolen by Hickson. Harden the pass to Crawford. Blocked. And here's Collison. Collison off the pick from Carter. Over Ibaka. That's good from Nowitzki on the assist by Collison. Collison's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Harden. Gets it to go. Harden's got 9 points in the quarter.
Good job creating an easy bucket there.
And the Mavericks call time here.
You typically get a bit of a grace period as an organization after you win an NBA title. But I can imagine the Mavs would have liked to have done better against the Thunder in last year's playoffs.
Yeah, getting swept did not taste good. O.J. Mayo is checked in for Dallas. Brandon Knight, he's checked in for the Pistons. On defense, Detroit. It's an 18-point lead. And now the Pistons, fast break. Knight's running. Pass to DeRozan. Fires it up. It's rebounded by Dallas. Clark, as you mentioned with the Mavs, no team likes to go one and done in the postseason. That's exactly what happened to them, especially when you know some of your stars are aging. And they've got some age there right now, Steve.
Yeah, but they've got some house money to play with, Kevin, because of that championship the season before. But, you know, Dallas is now in a transition phase. They knew their stars were getting older, so they had a pretty good draft this past summer. And now it's a time to move forward to the next era of Mavs basketball.
Here's Ibaka from 13 feet. It goes down. And the Pistons lead by 18.
And that should do it. This is an insurmountable lead.
Yep, there's too little time left, too big a deficit to overcome. This one, over.
And the basket by Nowitzki.
That's old school right there, and I like it. The fadeaway.
And stolen by Mayo. Nowitzki with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And it's Kamen missing. Pistons leading by 16. Here's Knight. Cans it from downtown.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
Mavericks shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. Over Harden. Shot by Mayo is no good. Detroit's gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting. Knight kicks to Harden. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. And that's 31 points for James Harden.
And that should definitely do it. Now it's starting to get out of hand.
Yeah, they're not just running to the finish line. They're running through the finish line right here. They're piling it on a bit.
Here's Ibaka. Gets it to go.
Not much drama left in this one, guys.
No, it hasn't quite exactly been a nail-biter. I mean, it's going to be a great win for them, though.
Looking to end the run. Mayo kicks to Kamen. Drills the baseline jumper.
Well, he took advantage of that mismatch size-wise, went right up with it.
Yeah, he loves those mid-range jumpers. Good.
Now, the offensive efficiency has been really important. I think that's been the difference.
Well, you know, I think it's pretty simplistic, but it does oftentimes come down to this, making shots, and that's what they've done.
Nice little run here, but it's maybe too little too late.
Yeah, I agree. Just not enough time, Steve. The clock is their enemy, not their friend.
Your Mavericks, 90. The Pistons, 112.